From inbox to check-ins, this is how you turn a hotel guest into a loyal fan. And I will say I'm staying at an IHG hotel, and it's lovely. So please give us a warm welcome to Laura Boring.
Hi, thanks Summit. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Andy Cohen was awesome. I'm guessing you all smell fabulous because we had our personalized cologne event last night, or perfume, depending. So thanks for being here. I know the gals at Home Depot have a very compelling story, so I appreciate you choosing track 2. But I'm here to talk to you about IHG and what we're doing in the world of personalization. We have heard a lot today about all the great things with AI and with predictive modeling. Yes, my name is Laura Boring. I'm going to try not to be boring, so don't let that throw you. I'll do my best. A little song and dance here for a few minutes. I really have been excited to talk with y'all about the things that we're doing. I'm from Atlanta, so y'all may slip out as I go through the spiel. But I've been a customer of MI for many years. I've been in marketing a long time and worked across 3 industries. I started in media and worked in supply chain and merchandising during COVID, quickly pivoted to travel after that, and it's been really fun. But a constant through that has been Movable Inc., and they've been an amazing partner to help optimize all of our email and marketing strategies and programs. So it's an honor for me to be able to share some of that work from an amazing team that we have back home and show some of the optimizations that we've done along the way. All right. So if you joined the travel track yesterday, Alex May set us up really perfectly because he talked about some of the different personas that are in travel. I learned about JOMO. I don't know about y'all if you knew about JOMO, if that was a persona. But whether you're a globetrotter for glamour or you enjoy any kind of adventure, IHG as a portfolio has a hotel in its stable that can take care of any of those personas. So I hope that along the way, I entice you enough to consider IHG One Rewards, which is our loyalty program. We'll talk a little bit about that. So we are really focused at IHG on enabling a roadmap to help optimize our personalization. There's a lot of maturity opportunities. There's a lot of growth still to come. But we have some fun work to show and share, and look forward to doing that in the next few minutes. So just curious, by show of hands, how many are you familiar with IHG? Oh, that's wonderful. Our master brand team is going to be so excited. So whether you stay at Holiday Inn or Kimpton or one of our many brands, thank you for being a member of One Rewards. So to get us acquainted, we're going to start with a real quick clip. It's our luxury television commercial that we air on all kinds of different programs and networks. If you're a big college football fan, you may see it at a college TV near you soon. But just a little look at some of our luxury work.
Every time someone tells you they vacation in the same place every year, it should really make you wonder. Why? Travel like you mean it with IHG Hotels and Resorts. 19 hotel brands, 6,000 global destinations, one loyalty program.
So the TV spot just said 19 brands. In the time that was created, we added another one. So Ruby Hotels out of Europe has joined our portfolio. We now have 20 brands. We are a busy shop. We are a small but mighty team with lots of great partners. We actually are adding to the hotel roster every day. We have more than 66 hotels globally in 100 countries. More than 145 million loyalty members, which is a massive number to try to wrap your head around. And we really focus on true hospitality for good. So if you haven't stayed at one of our brands, I hope maybe you'll check one of these out along your journey. So the marketing team that I represent, I've been at IHG 3 years now. We have some really talented folks, and They are busy bees. We last year distributed more than 2.85 billion emails, and we average about 158 campaigns a month around the globe. So we are super invested in our loyalty program and all the lifecycle emails that are a part of that. We have more than 2,000 emails that comprise multiple journeys along all the various life stages. And the trick for me in coming to IHG was to appreciate the language factor. So everything we publish, we do in 21 languages. So those of you with global brands, I tip my hat to you. That is a very daunting task. But that's a little bit about the team. So I wanted to share some case studies. This first one is what we call a room upsell opportunity. So in your travel, you're going to get a reservation, some kind of confirmation. You're probably going to get a pre-stay email, some other kind of touch point. In your what we call your pre-stay email, we've used our partnership with Movable Inc. to actually drive incremental revenue and have offered a way for guests to upgrade their room, to create the stay their way. And that was not possible before we were able to pull in the API that Movable helped us set up. And we're pulling in all kinds of data, merging all kinds of different tags to be able to understand the hotel inventory availability across the globe relative to that individual's guest and their reservation, and then hopefully create a moment where somebody's decided that they want to increase their room choice or upgrade. So that has generated a lot of revenue in our pilot. We are excited to report that we have in our mainstay brands seen a $20 lift per guest per night on average for those people that have seen that message and chosen to actually upgrade their room. In our in our luxury portfolio, we've seen that climb to $40 a night per guest, and that has really driven a 10% lift in revenue across our portfolio. So we are quickly underway in Q3 to expand that option so that we have more hotel inventory available all the time. And again, the API opportunity was really what brought that to life. Our IT teams have a very long list of things that are being tasked. And so one of the many ways that we partner with Movable is to help bring things to market quickly when maybe we don't have the number one priority in the tech stack and in the crew. So this is an example out of our UK team. What we were able to do here is really suggest destinations to guests based on their proximity and based on their preferences. So again, we worked with Movable to merge data that was one-to-one, very individual, based on what guests' past stay preferences have been, and tried to indicate opportunities or markets where they might be able to consider taking their next trip. So what that did for us is produce a really large number. You'll see this crazy 975% lift. But that's a real number. We did the math a couple times and really showed a lot of value by being able to recommend that next destination for our customer. This is a fan favorite at IHG, and I know it's a tried and true tactic of using the countdown clock, but this is a powerhouse for us as it relates to our partnership with a co-brand partner, Chase in particular, and credit card acquisitions. So this email really helps to promote our co-brand partner, and we did a test. We've done lots of tests. We're always doing testing and learning. What this particular test revealed is that while the module for the countdown timer continued to engage guests, we also did what we call a do the math module, where we're pulling in the actual individual loyalty points for each customer and animating that experience so that they're adding up the math real time in their email. So what we learned in that experiment is that sometimes animation a little too much can be too much, and so we did a test doing static against dynamic. What we found is the clock at the top of this email with the static actual do the math was the winner for us. And it actually drove a 2% lift in our credit card application rate. So when you think about our business and understand sort of that we're a travel business, but we also have a very large reliance on our credit card volume, 2% is meaningful and very material to our partner relationships. So this one is a little bit of a nod to doing something just to surprise and delight. So as you see, we have animation in the credit card to try to show the guest's name, and they can imagine their own personal name appearing in the card. So I would see my name on the card and so on. It was used in tandem with other tactics to drive the campaign lift. But what we want to showcase here is that sometimes it's just fun to surprise and delight. Have a little nod of personalization, a little interaction, a little wink or fun that was brought out earlier today. This is an example of how we've tried to make these modules available to our team around the globe. So we have people in Atlanta who are working day to day to produce a large volume of email. We also have offices around the world who are tapping into these same resources. And so this is under kind of a productivity nod to trying to make these tools as available and as efficient as possible for our teams. So what we've been able to do here is we set up our content library, and we've added these movable apps into our component library, kind of on the shelf, ready for anybody to pull down at any given time. What that has helped us to do is really reduce our creative time turns, improve our productivity, give more of a nudge to our partners around the world to actually bring in these kinds of apps into their email creative and their briefs. And also has helped us to have some consistency in the way that we're thinking about bringing these apps to life. So what you'll see on the slide here is that we have the countdown timer, of course, which is a fan favorite. We also have a weather module app that is sitting on the shelf ready to go. These are our destination modules, the do the math module. We have lots of modules that are related to your loyalty status and the tiers that you may have earned. So this is an example and a snapshot of ways to kind of not only make Movable your partner, but help them kind of be, dev ready as much as possible so that you have them ready to go and you can employ them at any time. So where we're headed. This is a slide that gives you just a little bit of a taste. We have a lot of things on our roadmap. It's an ambitious group. These are some things that we're looking to partner with Movable on in this next quarter to try to continue to innovate and drive results. What you'll see on the slide here is our lifecycle email snapshot. So what we are working on right now is using the poll as a way to try to get guests to self-identify their interests, right? What kind of a traveler are you? Are you somebody that likes the mountains? Are you somebody that loves to go to the beach? Are you a sun chaser? And that actually then leads them to content on our website that is crafted around that experience so that we can then build the journey based on what we are able to see and understand from our guest. We're also hoping to ingest those signals into our data cloud so that we have an opportunity to follow up on those interests and make it kind of a payoff for them to engage by serving them the kind of content that is relevant to them and that hopefully addresses the type of travel that they may be interested in. In the middle there, you see our destination emails. So I spoke about our partner with the UK who actually stood up an email. And what that email did for us is really kind of help prove out the opportunity to build dynamically and really scale. We have predictive modeling that indicates from our analytics team the types of destinations that make the most sense in 25 of the top countries across the world. So any individual has some kind of a scoring that enables us to understand a propensity for where they might want to travel next. If you can imagine trying to scale that in 21 languages and provide all those variations, it's a really daunting task. This conference has encouraged me to go back and figure out ways not to do all these things manually, right? Because it's just such a heavy lift and really an impossible task. So what we're working toward and what we're looking forward to with Movable is figuring out how to take these really powerful destination-focused emails and scale them more so that we're not just showing your top 3, but rather digging into all the varied lists and all the data that we have available for our respective guests. And then the last thing I'll share with you is our e-statement. We have, like many of you guys probably have seen, hopefully in your inbox as a loyalty member, You get your monthly e-statement that talks about where you are in terms of your reward nights or where you are with points that you may have earned and burned, different opportunities for you to be able to use those points to have some kind of fabulous trip or rewarding experience. What we're looking at doing with Movable is trying to take what feels sometimes like a very transactionally triggered email. You know, it's very kind of modularized and it talks about your points and your status, but actually make that a little bit more exciting and more engaging. It gets a lot of opens, and we want to make sure that while they're in the open, that they're getting that enriched experience. So we're looking at adding additional things into our e-statement that are more personalized, more relevant to the data that we have, and really hope to make that a more just personalized and engaging tool for our guests. So that really closes me out. The last thing I would just say is if you're not a member of One Rewards, we would love to have you be part of the family at IHG. So please check us out. You can join for free, and I'll be around for a few minutes if there are any questions. Thank you so much for your time and attention.